Aloha! The Honolulu Fire Department has provided fire protection and first responder emergency medical services to the city and county of Honolulu since it was founded on January 11, 1851. I hope through this program you gain a little insight about the 1,100 firefighters that proudly serve nearly 1 million residents of Oahu. From all of us at the Honolulu Fire Department, we hope you enjoy Pride, Service, and Dedication.
Aloha Hawaii. I'm Kimo Kahuano, and with me, the ever-lovely Carol Kai.
Thank you, Kimo. Welcome to a very special edition of Hawaii Stars, HFD, Pride, Service, and Dedication.
That's the motto of the Honolulu Fire Department. Firefighters keep us safe through prevention, preparedness, and effective emergency response.
And tonight, we take a look at what it's like to be a firefighter and what it's like to be a part of the elite search and rescue team.
Plus, the history of the department, and meet the cutest member of the Honolulu Fire Department.
That's all coming up on HFD, Pride, Service, and Dedication. HFD, Pride, Service, and Dedication is brought to you by the Honolulu Fire Department.
Most people have no idea what a credit union is.
We want to change that.
At Hawaii State Federal Credit Union, we're better than a bank.
We're member-owned,
which means better rates and lower fees for everyone.
Plus over 400 ATMs statewide and 24/7 access on our mobile app.
We are Hawaii State Federal Credit Union.
And we are always right by you.
So when are you going to make the switch?
You were born with a small footprint. You should go through life with one too. Let's be the generation that preserves Hawaii for generations to come. Together, we can reduce our carbon footprint and transition Hawaii to a 100% clean energy future. For the Aina, for Ohana, for our Hawaii. Join us at hawaiianelectric.com/footprint.
Since 1990, Stanford Car Development has succeeded as an award-winning development firm completing over 5,000 units. Our mission to develop quality residential communities that island families call home, providing increased affordable housing opportunities utilizing the latest technology and materials, design distinctive neighborhoods with a broad range of housing for our island communities to live, work, and play, with a passion for architecture and community design.
Stanford Car Development. We know Hawaii and we build for Hawaii.
This segment of HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication is brought to you by the employees of Commercial Plumbing.
Welcome back to HFD, Pride, Service, and Dedication.
It happened on a bright sunny afternoon in Honolulu. It looked like any beautiful trade wind day.
Some called it Honolulu's worst fire. To those that lived in the Marco Polo, they called it a nightmare.
All right, dispatch, that's Cover speaking.
Fire department.
Yeah, I'm trapped in my apartment. My apartment's full of smoke.
On July 14, 2017, a surreal sight at this landmark condominium on Kapiolani Boulevard, the Marco Polo. It was a firefighter's worst nightmare. The fire devoured parts of the top floors, belching out thick black smoke. On that day, HFD bravely put their own lives on the line. 4 residents died, but the firefighters saved the lives of so many others.
So that was a fire that I was at, and we had to send in 130 firefighters, and the firefight was like 10 to 12 hours of firefighting.
A lot of stuff doesn't really get seen on the TV and newspapers and stuff like that, but some of these guys, they sacrifice everything just to put out that fire. It's just the type of people that the fire department has. Yeah, the hardest work, hard workers, man.
And it was a fire that started small. I got a call earlier in the afternoon saying there's a fire, they're fighting it. And then I had a call from Chief Nevis, said this fire is huge. I want to let you know. I got in the car, drove down there, stood next to him and watched. In horror, as you know, debris fell out of the windows of these apartments, as glass crashed down below. They were in the hallway. And they said it was like a blowtorch, and they were holding the hoses trying to put out the fire. Their equipment was warming. I heard some of the plastic melted. They didn't stop. They controlled it, they fought it, and they got it put out. This is an example of what firefighters do. You know, you and I get a choice. If we don't want to do something in our job, maybe we don't have to. They're trained to go first, to put their lives on the line for others. That's the most noble profession I think you could find.
HFD can't stress enough the importance of fire prevention. Keep in mind, many of the fires are caused by unattended cooking or even candles left unattended.
You know, you really shouldn't have any kind of open flame kind of a stuff like candles, that kind of stuff. You know, you want to kind of keep away from that, but it's a lot of common sense. If you take time to read the manufacturer's specific safety recommendations, can save you years of heartache, lives lost.
They also recommend you have smoke alarms, one on every level of your home, including inside your bedrooms, and test those alarms every month. You should also place a fire extinguisher within reach on every level of your home, including in the kitchen and close to exits. Plus, make sure you practice evacuation drills with your family.
As a contractor, the fire department has given us a lot of life safety support, plan review, and inspections that have really helped improve the industry and create a safer Hawaii.
Fighting fires is just a small part of what HFD does. Most of the time, they're co-responding with emergency medical services to medical emergencies. The majority of firefighters are trained EMTs.
In an average year, I think we do 55,000 calls. And out of those 55,000 calls, almost 40,000 of them are medical in nature. So 70 to 75% of our calls are actually medicals. We talk about our priorities in the fire service, and we use the acronym LIP, Life Safety, Incident Stabilization, Property Conservation. The first one, life safety, tells you right there what our priority is. It's about taking care of people, right? Obviously, dealing with property and putting out fires is very, very important. I mean, it says fire across our shirt, but when we get there, our first priority is always to find out what's going on with a person and do they need medical care and provide that assessment and whatever treatment is necessary. Almost 30,000 times a year, we're on scene of a medical call before you'll see an ambulance. And that's just because of the number of fire companies that are available. But definitely medical is a huge portion of what we do, and we train very hard to be good at it.
They also have 2 rescue squads made up of 15 firefighters each.
We respond to any and all technical rescue incidents on the island and up to 3 miles offshore. So that includes high-angle rope rescues, confined space rescues, trench, structural collapses, public safety diving. We work with our Air One helicopter quite a bit, and we each have a rescue boat that we bring with us to our alarms.
They're called out to help find lost hikers and rescue injured hikers as well.
We train every month with Air One. We do rappels, belays, we do our Billy P work in the ocean, we do mountain insertions. We work with a helicopter pilot. We definitely train a lot just to build up that trust and that confidence within each other, within the team and the pilot.
The men and women that go out every day to save lives, they're going to someone's home, if someone had a heart attack and helping them. They're going into the water, along with our ocean safety folks to save people maybe drowning. They're going into house fires, high-rise fires, and they're doing things like just helping someone whose pet, a cat, climbed the tree or got on the roof, and everything else in between, but they're doing it every day, 24/7.
The ability to be ready to fight fires and save lives comes from a constant schedule of practice and recertification tests.
That's right, Kimo. It's like my mother would say, practice makes perfect. And boy, does our community appreciate that.
When we come back, we'll take a look at the history of HFD, the oldest fire department west of the Mississippi. That's next on HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication.
Test your smoke alarms at least once a month and replace them every 10 years. When was the last time you checked your smoke alarms? Check yours today. Since 1988, Stryker Construction has been a leader in residential, commercial, and industrial fire protection systems. We design, fabricate, and install all types of fire protection systems to meet NFPA codes. We're the only fabrication facility in Hawaii with the latest and most modern equipment. We design and construct custom residential homes as well as commercial steel buildings.
Stryker Construction, licensed contractor and fire protection, building in Hawaii since 1988.
Report cards? We've got report cards coming in. Activate Fun Factory Honor Roll for straight A's, 40 tokens. For A's and B's, 20 tokens. Set the fun generator to full power. We're gonna need every token you can make. And you better hurry, cause here they come.
Founded by Wally Tsuha, the Tsuha Foundation reaches out to those in need, supporting charities like the Salvation Army that provided emergency disaster services that distributed over 60,000 meals to those affected by the Puna lava flow. The Salvation Army provides youth-focused programs like weekend food packages, school supply drives, daycare, preschools, and music programs. The Tsuha Foundation, supporting island charities with a can-do attitude. This segment of HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication is brought to you by Stanford Car Development. We know Hawaii and we build for Hawaii.
Welcome back to HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication.
Guess what city was one of the best and oldest fire departments west of the Mississippi?
Well, Carol, who also has a fire department that was founded by its monarchy?
It's gotta be the Honolulu Fire Department.
We started our department with Kamehameha III in 1851, and he started the department, organized the Honolulu Fire Department. From there, we had a lot of monarchy as a part of our department, not only Kamehameha III, the fourth and the fifth, but also King Kalakaua. So we were lucky to have our first chief as Alexander Cartwright. So he came from the East Coast, from New York, went to San Francisco for the gold rush, didn't make it there, and continued on to Hawaii, and then ended up being our first fire chief. And if you don't know, Alexander Cartwright is the father of modern baseball.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Technology has helped with firefighting efforts.
I've been in the fire department for 40 years, and we see the change in the way that we think about firefighters and the culture. When I came in 1979, it was more about being a macho, big firefighter. But now we fight fires smarter. You know, in the past, everybody fought fire with water. And from the times of the cavemen, water was used to put out fire. But just recently, maybe in the last 10 to 15 years, now we use a foam solution and bubbles. So if you look on the side of all of our fire trucks, you'll see the letter CAFS, CAF systems, compressed air foam system. So all of our trucks have this technology that now we can use water and foam and bubbles to put the fire out, and it's less water damage.
The Marco Polo fire also resulted in changes for the department.
We have a new ordinance that people will have to put sprinkler systems in their high rises. So that's a good thing for everyone, not only the occupants of the building, keeping them safe, but also the firefighters, that we won't have to respond to another Marco Polo. We won't have to respond to a fire that is so huge. But internally, we've trained our entire department on new techniques. We changed the size of the fire hose. Now we use bigger hose so we can get more water to the fire. We bought some new equipment that could be used in high rises. If there ever is a next Marco Polo, which I hope there isn't, but we'll be ready then.
Today, HFD is one of the largest in the country and one of the best.
A lot of the calls we go to, if somebody's there, especially it's a family member, I do get genuine thank yous. It's been said before, we don't do it for the thank yous. We do it because we have a heart of a humble servant.
There's only a 2% job vacancy rate in HFD. It's a popular career choice, and with so many applicants, the department is highly selective.
Our recruitment is every 2.5 to 3 years, and our recruitment is only for 24 hours. And in 24 hours, we get 5,000 applicants. So we pick the best of the best. You take a written test, Then you take a physical agility test. We test the ability for you to do a physical demanding work of a firefighter. And then we have a series of background checks and physical exams with a doctor, and then interviews to come in.
And new this year, there's another way you can get into HFD.
If you have the necessary national certifications, you can come in the department in another sense. So we come in on special recruitment just for those folks. So this year we're going to start that. And those certifications can be gotten anywhere in the country. It's national certifications. And you can get it right here at the Honolulu Community College as well.
A lot of changes over the years, but one thing remains the same. That is the desire to serve our community.
As mayor and mayors before me, Mayor Carlo, Mayor Hanneman, we all recognize the importance of first responders, and particularly Honolulu Fire Department, to make sure that they receive the pay they need. That helps recruit the best and also keep them from retiring. And then it's also the training that they get.
I think the city and county has supported the fire department in the right way. The fire department has the latest equipment as far as for fire safety, and they've worked together with a lot of building managers, building owners, as far as procedures on testing and evacuation of the buildings.
And I think the city and county of Honolulu, the 1 million people who live on this island, have the Honolulu Fire Department's back.
When we come back, we'll hear from a married couple. They're both firefighters.
And we'll also meet the cutest member of the department.
That's next on HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication.
Fire extinguishers are meant for putting out small fires. Portable fire extinguishers for the home should have a rating of at least 2A 10BC. If the fire does not go out after using one extinguisher, back out of the area and call 911.
The Waikiki Trolley, one of Hawaii's happiest companies, has been serving the visitors of Waikiki since 1986. Sharing that spirits with vacationers from around the world is the essence of what makes the Waikiki Trolley an icon over the landscape we call home. Waikiki Trolley has almost 300 employees on Oahu working hard to ensure the safety and the maintenance of each and every trolley. Hi, I'm Maki Kuroda. The Waikiki Trolley, a Hawaii's company, is proud to be serving the visitors and kama'aina of Hawaii.
Most people have no idea what a credit union is.
We want to change that.
At Hawaii State Federal Credit Union, we're better than a bank.
We're member-owned, which means better rates and lower fees for everyone.
Plus, over 400 ATMs statewide and 24/7 access on our mobile app.
We are Hawaii State Federal Credit Union.
And we are always right by you.
So when are you going to make the switch?
This segment of HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication is brought to you by the Tsuha Foundation, supporting island charities with a can-do attitude.
Welcome back to HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication.
Kimo, our Honolulu Fire Department really lives by their motto, pride, service, and dedication.
Yes, they do. But even in this intense job environment, you still may find love in an unlikely place.
Sometimes you find love in an unlikely place. Just ask Esti and John Shizuru. They met in HFD recruit school, got married, and they've both been firefighters for 8 years.
There's a lot of benefits, I feel. Yeah, we definitely understand each other and where we're coming from, and any issues or problems we might be having at work, we can relate to each other and we can be there to support one another.
They have a son, Ka'ivi. Despite their schedules, which includes 24-hour shifts, they make it work thanks to a strong family support system. Ka'ivi wants to be an Air One pilot when he grows up.
When we come home from work, he wants to hear our stories. He wants to hear about a rescue, or now that Esti's on rescue, about her flying in Air One or being on the boat. Or
we have like a tradition now. Every night we tell him a story
And it's kind of evolved into telling him our work stories. And it's come to the point where if we miss something, he'll be like, wait, Mommy, you didn't dispatch Rescue 1 and Air 1. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, son. It's really fun. We have fun with it a lot.
Esty is one of 22 female firefighters in HFD, 2% of the force.
So when we drive around on the fire truck, all the kids always look, but then when they see me, I see the parents say, oh, look, it's a girl, especially with a young daughter. So that's really cool to see, hopefully, normalizing it. Women can do this job. Yeah, I remember Chief Debbie Elenecki. I was with EMS before I came into HFD, and I remember seeing her on calls, and I was just like, wow, she is awesome. And then I think when she became captain, they had a big midweek article on her, and my dad made me read it, and that was when it sealed the deal. I was like, okay, she can do it, I can do it. So it's people like her along the way that have really broken down barriers.
Another female in the department is Kukui. She joined the team last year.
After Marco Polo happened, a team of us got together and we talked to the chief, Fire One, and we proposed it to him, and he said, let's do it.
She's the Honolulu Fire Department's first accelerant detection canine.
Her job is to sniff out ignitable liquid. So that covers a lot of things. According to a chemist, they'll tell me up to 200 different products from light to heavy distillates. So example, if someone poured some gasoline on a house and lit it up, the investigators would go in and they could probably tell that it was intentional. The hard part is finding the exact evidence, where it is. And that's what the dog does. She'll sniff it out and she'll sit, that's her alert. I'll feed her because she's food reward, so I give her some food and she'll kind of point with her nose.
Kukui goes to select cases. She doesn't go to drug labs or hoarders' houses.
For the most part, she does a real good job.
From Kukui to the 1,100 firefighters that make up HFD, no one can keep you from harm more than yourself.
People nowadays, because of social media, want to get that perfect picture, or they just want to do something that they think is really cool and get it photographed, and they end up getting in trouble. And it happens every day. Despite warnings, someone is in trouble at China Walls, and a lot of times they end up drowning. Or up in our mountains, the Ko'olaus and the Waianaes, they go to these ridges they should not go to. You think a stairway to heaven, it's closed, they go up there. It's very dangerous because you've got cable, you got a chair that's in there, a basket, and you got to be careful when you think about the gusty trades and you're trying to go up next to a cliff and position yourself. Very, very dangerous. Firefighters are rescuing people there all the time, but we hear about it seems like every other month. We wish people would heed the warnings.
Although they never hesitate to put their lives on the line for us, let's help them by taking control of our own safety.
So you meet a firefighter. They're never going to brag. They're never going to say what they've done that was heroic. They're just built different. If you want to be a firefighter, you're not going to be a tantaran kind of guy. It's part of this being a humble servant. If you go up to any firefighter, you talk to them for a few minutes, they have this projection of positiveness. I've never hear firefighters complain, grumble. They're a brotherhood, sisterhood. I sometimes say maybe it's because they all cook together and they eat together, they practice together, and it builds this camaraderie that you feel. So I just say thank you, Honolulu Fire Department, and all the men and women from the Honolulu Fire Department, what you do every single day, 24/7, to keep us safer, to protect lives, and know that we're one of the best places in the world because you have your arms around all of us.
We would like to thank all of the men and women of the Honolulu Fire Department for their commitment of service to keep our community safe.
Yes, Kimo, but I really want to give a special thank you to my favorite firefighter, Kukui.
When we come back, our final thoughts.
Every second counts. Learn to do hands-only CPR and how to use an AED. You might even save someone you love. Since 1988, Stryker Construction has been a leader in residential, commercial, and industrial fire protection systems. We design, fabricate, and install all types of fire protection systems to meet NFPA codes. We're the only fabrication facility in Hawaii with the latest and most modern equipment. We design and construct custom residential homes as well as commercial steel buildings.
Stryker Construction, licensed contractor and fire protection, building in Hawaii since 1988.
Hello. 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 Hey, you guys heard about the cab new Kama'aina rate? Yes, going to and from the airport. So what's the discount? Go to thecabhawaii.com, click on Kama'aina rate, enter your zip code to find out how much you save. I'm going now to see how much I can save. Don't forget, make your reservations by calling 4222222 the cab.
It's now or never, darling.
It's time to fill up or shut up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Since 1990, Stanford Car Development has succeeded as an award-winning development firm completing over 5,000 units. Our mission to develop quality residential communities that island families call home, providing increased affordable housing opportunities utilizing the latest technology and materials, design distinctive neighborhoods with a broad range of housing for our island communities to live, work, and play, with a passion for architecture and community design.
Stanford Car Development. We know Hawaii and we build for Hawaii.
HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication is brought to you by the Honolulu Fire Department. Welcome back to HFD Pride, Service, and Dedication.
It's been a very educational half hour, learning about the Honolulu Fire Department and the little things we can do as part of fire prevention that makes a big difference.
They don't want to be known as heroes, but to many people in the community, that's what firefighters are, heroes. They help to save lives and keep us safe.
To the 1,100 firefighters and 100 civilians that make up the Honolulu Fire Department, we say thank you.
So, the next time you see a firefighter, give a big shaka and say mahalo to them for their service.
And thank you for watching this special edition of Hawaii Stars. See you next time.
Aloha. Whoop. Mahalo to Restaurant Suntory in the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center, featuring the freshest sushi as well as shabu shabu and teppanyaki dining.